Oh, hi there. This is Mike from the YouTube channel All Things Lost. Big thanks to Brayden for having me on the channel. The 2001 animated teenage spy comedy Totally Spies is one of those shows that just keeps giving. 6 seasons, a movie, a planned 7th season scheduled for a 2023 release, and a lost pilot of sorts. In 1999, the show's creators and one of its directors, Stefan Barry, developed a promo trailer to pitch Totally Spies to TV networks, eventually making its way to Fox Family and Cartoon Network in the US. After the show was fleshed out into what we know it as today, the pitch trailer was forgotten, and what remains of it can only be found in an early promo on Fox that shows us they originally used a more traditional Western animation style compared to the more interesting anime-like aesthetic found in the final show. In April 2021, director Stefan Barry was contacted through Twitter where he confirmed the existence of the pitch trailer with a runtime of about a minute and a half, but he has no idea where the pilot or its related production materials might be found.
Spell Up. Spell Up was an experimental game hosted by Google. The game was designed to understand speech recognition as users would spell out a word dictated by the game to increase the height of their tower. The more words you spelled correctly, the higher your tower would go. The game, which was released in 2014, was delisted from the Chrome Web Store in 2017, and remained playable until 2018 when Google shut the game down. The game's website now redirects to Google's homepage. Though it is possible to get to the game's homepage through Wayback Machine, the game itself isn't playable through this method. All that remains of this game are a few screenshots and the trailer.
Baby Bottleneck's deleted scene. Baby Bottleneck was a 1946 Looney Tunes short directed by Bob Clampett about baby animals being delivered to the wrong parents by the stork. One unlucky parent was a mama pig breastfeeding her babies, who's delivered a baby crocodile. The baby croc tries to feed too, but is stopped by the mama pig, where there is a strange, abrupt cut. It was long believed that this scene was censored, and this suspicion was confirmed by the short's director, who said that the mother pig was gonna say, "Don't touch that dial," a phrase commonly used in radio at the time. The scene was removed because it was deemed too suggestive. I guess comparing a nipple to a radio knob was just too much for the 40s. When the short was reissued in 2004, the removed scene was still left out, leading to the assumption that this deleted clip has since been lost forever.
The Gorilla. Released in 1930, this movie was a comedy murder mystery directed by Brian Foy. The movie is about a gorilla who escapes from a zoo and commits a murder, eventually leading up to detectives deciding that to catch this gorilla, one of them needs to dress as a gorilla himself, and that ultimately leads up to a businessman foreshadowed early in the film being the real murderer the whole time. If that sounds hard to follow, it's because it is. First National Pictures and Warner Brothers distributed the film back in 1930, and despite the big names tied to the film, it seems to have still ended up forgotten until 2013, when some stills and a 28-second clip of the movie was found. And to this day, that's all that remains of the film.
Teen Titans Season 6. Teen Titans is one of Cartoon Network's all-time greats. Based on the DC Comics superhero team of the same name, the show is infamous for having one of the most unsatisfying endings in TV history, opening up new plot threads as if more of the show was planned. And when fans begged for more, what did Big Daddy Warner Brothers do? They rebooted the series into Teen Titans Go, a brutally dumbed down husk of the original. But this original Teen Titans ended so abruptly, it's speculated that the showrunners planned for another season before being cancelled in 2006. And this is a pretty fair assumption. Even if production hadn't officially began on the 6th season, it's hard to imagine that the makers of Teen Titans wouldn't have a rough outline in place. But no such plan has ever been released to the public. But as early as 2021, documents have begun to leak on what the 6th season could have had in store, and only time will tell if more is unveiled.
Sunday nights, Magical World of Disney becomes Disney's Magical World of Animals. And one such animal is so rare it can only be seen on Disney. We're talking about a mammal known as a Jeff Corwin.
Going Wild with Jeff Corwin. Going Wild was a documentary series that aired on the Disney Channel in the late 90s. The show's host, Jeff Corwin, would travel to various places in Canada, the US, and other countries and talk about the animals in those places, while sometimes exploring caves and other locales. While this series sounds like something that would fit more on Animal Planet or National Geographic, that's probably why it wasn't preserved well. Only 3 episodes have been partially found, and the rest are lost in their entirety. It isn't too much of an exaggeration to say that more promotional material of the show has been found than actual footage from the show, as many promos have been found. Home media releases are sparse, as the show only had a limited VHS run, which nothing has materialized from. And also, Disney has not put the show on Disney Plus at all, though it could happen in the future.
The arcade game Jammin'. When you think of the first rhythm game, you, an absolute fool, might think of Parappa the Rapper, but you would be dead wrong. How could you forget about the classic, the legendary 1985 Atari arcade title, Jammin'? Probably because it's lost. Jammin' is very similar to the classic game Simon, in that it exactly is Simon, but on drums. The game plays you a short rhythm on the drums, and you have to play it back. But everything I've just told you is basically all we know about Jammin', and only one single video of the game exists online today.
Back at the Barnyard. Back at the Barnyard was a cartoon that premiered in 2007 on Nickelodeon. But prior to that release, in 2006 there was a movie called Barnyard on which the show was based. The cartoon itself is my least favorite Nicktoon, and it's about a bull named Otis who has udders for some reason, and other barnyard animals, and the crazy things they do when humans aren't watching. However, the concept can be traced back way before the movie's development, all the way back to 2000 when a test pitch was created. It was originally thought to be a pilot, but the show's director Todd Grimes confirmed it to be a test pitch, and that pitch is of course lost. Some stills have surfaced and some footage is used in a teaser trailer for the movie, but other than that, no materials from the pitch still remain.
Super Paper Mario. I've always seen Super Paper Mario as the sort of black sheep of the Paper Mario franchise. It's no original Paper Mario or 1,000 Year Door, but this Wii exclusive is actually the best-selling game in the franchise, so what do I know? But it turns out, Super Paper Mario wasn't always going to be exclusive to the Wii, but share the game with its predecessor, the GameCube. In 2006, a GameCube build of Super Paper Mario was shown off at E3 2006, planned to be released that year, but was pushed back to 2007 and in the process, made into a Wii exclusive, breaking Nintendo's trend of overlapping game releases with current and next-gen consoles. To this day, only a few snippets of gameplay footage exists for this GameCube version, and the cancelled build remains lost.
Don't Stop. What you just heard was a snippet from a song with overtly sexual overtones no one can seem to identify. The first minute can be heard in a Malibu VHS ident. Malibu Video is an Israeli VHS company that decided to use this song for their ident, as a lot of VHS companies used to take songs and put them over their logos. The only video that has surfaced of this song is from a compilation video on YouTube of various Israeli VHS logos. What we've been able to piece together is that this song was likely recorded in Canada or the US in the 1980s. The name of the song, its country of origin, and the artist performing the song are all unknown to this day. The only people that could possibly know are the people that worked for an obscure Israeli VHS company, and with the death of VHS and physical media in general, this song will only become more difficult to identify. A special thanks to All Things Lost for being in this video and doing the even number entries. Check out his channel, he makes some really good content over there. And he was nice enough to be in this video, and I can't thank him enough for that. And to the rest of you, thanks for watching and have a good one.